So we are into the World Cup silly season. From 29th onwards, it's officially begun until November 19th.
We're packed. We're packed.
No, we're not packed. They'll say एक ही आवाज सुनाई देगा. World Cup. World Cup, World Cup, World Cup. Because now, forget bilaterals, forget T20Is, forget that the World Test Championship cycle exists. From now, it's the World Cup. And in a World Cup, there are three things certain. Or maybe even in life. Life and World Cup, three things are certain. Death, taxes, and this particular team choking in the most spectacular manners that is there. As they say, history is proof. 92, 96, 99, even 2003. 2007, the only exception because they got totally hammered there. 2011, yeah, you can say was a mini choke. 2015, yes, heartbreak more than a choke. 2019, outplayed, outsmarted, everything. 2022, I'll come to 2022 why. Leading at the top of the table. One game you had to win. You had one game to win against the Netherlands. You lost it and you handed India and Pakistan the platter. Please go through to the semi-finals. That's South Africa. And from now till 4th of October, we'll be doing the SWOT analysis. But we chose to begin with South Africa for one simple reason. Because they give us the most talking points, they give us the most frustrations, they give you the most number of instances disappointments and
I cannot get that image out of my head of Mone Mokkel falling down to the ground and just sobbing.
Auckland 2015. Yeah. This team, imagine all those greats, Herschel Gibbs, Jacques Callis, Hashim Amla, Faf du Plessis, Dale Steyn, Mone Mokkel.
So many.
Then also you look at Alan Donald, Sean Pollock, none have ever won a World Cup.
Sad.
And for a team that has got a very good head-to-head record against most nations, it's a damning indictment. And that's why, and I forgot one more name. How could you forget that name? A.B. de Villiers.
Shame on us.
After Virat Kohli, if there is one guy who matches up to the sheer brilliance and adulation,
stardom, the way that the crowd adores him.
Can't look past Abraham Benjamin de Villiers, and even he's not won a World Cup. Can you believe it?
Crazy.
Who
can't do it? Who can? From Australia, from South Africa.
Exactly. Led by this small man, but big in stature, Temba Bavuma. South Africa are looking to end what has been a 31-year jinx. When they have come into readmission, 92 onwards, it's been a jinx for them. And that's what me and Gargi are going to do, the SWOT analysis. What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? What are the threats? Where are the opportunities? Because remember, this is your South Africa bowling, batting, all-rounder lineup, but with two names missing. Anrich Nortje and Sisanda Magala. Yep. And in place of them, you've got a certain Lizard Williams who's come in and one more guy, Andile Feklukweo. But Nortje's absence, biggest weakness.
Biggest weakness, I think at this moment, yes. But let me read out the squad for our family members. Temba Bavuma is of course the captain. Gerald Coetzee, Quinton de Kock, Reza Hendrik, Marco Janssen, Hendrik Klaassen,
Feklukweo.
Yep. Keshav Maharaj, Aiden Markram, David Miller, Lungi Ngidi, Lizard Williams, Kagiso Rabada, Tabrace Shamsi and Rassie van der Dussen.
But for me, the immediate two weaknesses. Nortje's absence.
Absolutely.
Delhi Capitals, he was the one who was the X factor. 155 kmph, 157 kmph, fast, straight, furious on these kind of flat decks.
You needed him. You needed him badly.
And the other weakness that is compounding South Africa is this particular individual's form.
Kagiso Rabada, yes.
Kagiso's had a big dip in form and that is very, very worrisome.
I might add one other weakness to this is that when we talk about the middle order, of course, forget the fact that they have a long tail, and if there comes a time when you have exposed this tail, it will be very dangerous for South Africa. But then again, this is a long tournament, a 2-month long tournament, and they do not have any backup for the middle order.
You really think so, that they have a very weak middle order? Because I thought that was
Not weak, they don't have a backup.
backup. Okay, because look, Riza and Quinton may probably be opening.
Yes.
Okay, mostly. Markram is at 3. Then you are going to play a very power-packed lineup of Rassi van der Dussen and Heinrich Klaassen at 4 and 5.
Yes.
Then you are getting Kayla Miller at number 6. And then I think what we are having a problem, number 7 or number 8, which is a kind of a conundrum.
Yeah.
I think that is their problem. They don't have a proper 7 or 8, barring Keshav Maharaj.
I think Janssen could take that number 7 spot.
Maybe Keshav, they need a spin option. Keshav Maharaj is there. But I don't see that promise in Feklukueo.
Temba. You didn't put Temba in the batting lineup.
Temba, yeah, 3-4.
Yeah.
But then again, see, Miller can come to 7.
Yeah.
At max, Maharaj at 8. But again, Maharaj at 8 can be a handy bat, but the problem
not
is.
that good.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, does both Klaassen and Rassi van der Dussen play? That will be the major thing. So, if Klaassen doesn't play, then maybe Van der Dussen will play. That's one backup. But yeah, I mean, Temba, like for example, Aiden Markram is captaining South Africa in these 2 warm-ups. But for me, those are the only 3 problems. The third problem is South Africa's past record in India. For the past 6 years, their record has been absolutely woeful in ODIs in particular.
But there's a silver lining to that, considering the fact that Markram, someone like a Markram, Klaassen and David Miller, all 3 of them are very good against spin.
Exactly. David Miller would have thought 6 years ago he was a sitting duck against spin. Now,
Now
he tackles ash well.
Formidable.
I know, and that's why I think the likes of Klaassen, Van der Dussen and David Miller are their ultimate strengths. Along with Quinton de Kock. He has not yet shown form. But if he gets going, man, and that too, how many left-handers then? You've got Quinton, you've got Miller. Basically 2 left-handers and Maharaj at 8. 3. Oh, that's a power-packed lineup then in that sense. So, weakness for me is Rabada's form, Northier's weak absence and their poor record in India at this time. And also the batting, Temba, can he be very aggressive?
He's blowing very hot and cold at the moment, I believe.
Injuries also has not helped him.
Injury right before the start of the World Cup is not going to do him any favors.
Yeah.
But maybe a break could do him well. Who knows? But then Temba Bavuma is obviously, kind of blowing hot and cold. When he bats well.
Yeah.
But when he fails miserably.
I mean, to sum up Gargi's point, in one ODI he got 114 against Australia.
Yes.
But in the next match that he came, 2 ball duck. That's the extremes of Temba Bavuma that's there. But their other bowling lineup is pretty good. I mean, Gerald Coetzee, Australian fans will remember him because he's put Travis Head out for half the World Cup.
Yeah.
But there is this giant. I mean, I cannot ever imagine that one visual that they showed in Durban when...
Was it, how do you pronounce this correctly?
Gerald Coetzee.
Coetzee.
Not Coetzee. Coetzee.
It's Coetzee.
Coetzee.
Wasn't it Coetzee who hit someone in the head? One of the batters.
I think it was one of the Australians also.
I think Manas Labuschagne came
I
in.
think it was Cameron Green.
Oh yeah, Cameron Green.
At Bloemfontein, he got him in the head, and that's why Cameron Green missed for 8 days.
Yeah, he was bowling dangerously.
So maybe you got your Northier back up then in that case. Gerald Coetzee, very hostile, but whether the pitches in India will assist him, that remains to be seen, because after this we'll show you where are South Africa going to play. So Gerald Coetzee might be, but Marco Jansen, I mean, I cannot forget that image in Durban. Temba Bavuma took a fantastic catch, and who came to congratulate him? 6'6" Marco Jansen, and Temba was at least reaching up till his waist. That's the height difference between those two. And Jansen, remember, in India he's had good experience, the IPL for Sunrisers, Hyderabad. Who have all played in the IPL? Quinton de Kock has played for Lucknow Super Giants, SRH, Klaassen also for SRH, Markram for SRH, Miller for Rajasthan, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, GT. Kagiso Rabada is playing for Punjab Kings.
Shamsi and Van der Dussen.
Van der Dussen for Rajasthan Royals, right? At Tabraiz Shamsi, when has he played? That I have to figure out. But I don't think.
Was he not in the draft?
He was, but I think he was in Lungi Ngidi, one of the only 2 players in the entire Delhi Capitals team that didn't get a game. And Ngidi was the guy who actually set up South Africa's series win. I mean, he and Marco Jansen combined. So, bowling is their strength. I mean, Gerald Coetzee is there, then there's Jansen, there's Ngidi, there's Rabada, but Rabada has to fire. Keshav Maharaj, Feklukueo and maybe Tabre
And a
Shamsi.
part-time Makram as well.
And also, if you want to rotate between Rabada and Engidi, maybe you can get Lizard Williams also in. So, Shamsi will be a go-to bowler in this, but again, he's not had success in India. But I think your key bowler is Keshav Maharaj. India, I think, taken a leaf out of South Africa's book. One left armer, one left arm wrist spinner. So, in that sense, that seems to be South Africa and India. Remember, South Africa have some very, very important matches. And remember, 7th October is when they begin their campaign against Sri Lanka. Today, unfortunately, the weather played a big, big factor. And that's why the game is Afghanistan got rained out. But 12th October, man, that's a huge game. South Africa versus Australia. Think of it, 99, man, nothing can beat that. 17th, revenge, they'll be wanting revenge. Netherlands dumped them out in the 2022 World T20 here. 21st, man, another huge clash. England. And remember, against England, they had that high scoring chase in Mumbai, 2016 World T20, 230, where they chased. Bangladesh, Pakistan have always been dumping South Africa out at this time. 1st November, New Zealand, another grudge game, 2015. Very special date. What's the special date on 5th November? You should know.
What's on 5th November?
5th November? There is a certain guy who wears number 18 and
His birthday?
It is his birthday.
Oh,
Virat Kohli's birthday. He will be squaring off against the Proteus. And that's going to be huge. Eden's going to be packed to the rafters. And 10th November, Afghanistan and Ahmedabad. So Delhi, Lucknow, Dharamshala, Mumbai, Chennai, Pune, Kolkata, Ahmedabad. Basically 4 centers that can aid South Africa's pace bowling lineup. Dharamshala, Mumbai, maybe Kolkata and Chennai pace.
Oh, sorry, I was confusing it with the
Pace.
Sorry.
They don't play in Chinnaswamy. That's a big thing.
That could have been very key for South Africa if they were playing in Chinnaswamy.
Exactly.
But they are not.
So
but we can look at a certain Lucknow as well, because we've seen 2 different kinds of pitches over there. But even in Chennai as well.
Yeah, but Lucknow total relaying has happened, so I don't know how.
So we're not sure exactly. What if
Chennai is flat?
What if they dish out a belter?
Never
know. The relaying, you never know.
We never know. So that's why Mumbai, I'll be interesting to see how the South African pacers lap up in Dharamshala. Man, that's a menu for pace. And the wicket there is simply awesome, provided all that fungal infection's gone out of the outfield there. That's why the ICC gave it a not satisfactory review. Remember, another 1 more week remaining. Dharamshala better notch up their thing. So these are the batters whom I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Temba, hot and cold. Riza also consistent, but not that consistent
Can
enough.
do it, but has he done it?
He's done it very occasionally. That is the thing. But Quinton, Rassie, Aiden, this man.
Yeah, these 4 batters are the batters for South Africa. And
these 2 in particular.
They will be, counting on all of them.
Yep. Klassen's class and Killer Miller. I mean, those 2, no, Klassen. I'm not going to be like Shane here, please. He makes it a point every single time. But again, look at it. These 2 guys shared a partnership of 200 in just 90 balls. Strike rate of over, 300, close to 300, 250 was a strike rate. And imagine, look at the run rate in which they were scoring. 15 runs. They were scoring at 15 runs and over. That's how destructive these 2 can be.
There's a reason why he's called Killer Miller.
Killer Miller. I mean, IPL, he's always been a giant in this IPL.
And that's what I think when it comes to South African batters. Someone like a David Miller, Rassie van der Dusen, Markram, and Quinton de Kock and Klassen as well, is that they have been playing in India.
Of course.
It's not been a long time since the IPL happened, and they're very used to the conditions.
But poor Quinton de Kock, this is his last match for South Africa, last series for South Africa. After that, he's calling it quits, but he didn't get a big run for Lucknow Super Giants. I don't know why. They were picking and choosing, I don't know who all players were there at that point. The all-rounders are Marco Jansen and Andile Feklukweo. And
have we seen Andile play before?
Of course. He's been in the scene for 6 years now.
Oh.
Yep. He's been there, Feklukweo, ever since the England tour that I remember in 2017-18. But Feklukweo's utility kind of has dimmed over the years. Either he's not consistent with the ball, and if he's not consistent with the ball, he's not consistent with the bat also. Batting, he's not set the stage on fire. Occasional, we have seen 30 runs of 17 balls, but that has been far too inconsistent.
Yeah. Jansen can be your key
Is he? I don't consider him as a batter. Unfortunately, I don't know why. I haven't wrapped my head around the fact that he can be a very aggressive batter.
You haven't wrapped your head around it. But I think he can be. I disagree on that point.
Okay.
I think Jansen can come in clutch.
Because I don't know which was the last memorable knock that Jansen played with the bat. I know he's contributed well with the ball, taken 5 wickets and troubled a lot of people, top class batters, but with the bat.
But then again, the same debate comes in that he's going to be batting
8.
very low down the order, and it's very circumstantial whether or not he'll do it. But
so looking at the pitches, it could be a toss-up either between Feklukweo or Jansen then, because only one of them can play.
yeah, of course, Jansen.
Of course, because for sheer height factor and the bounce and the left arm angle, if you want to trouble the Indians, get left arm pacers.
Absolutely.
And the bowlers, now this is going to be interesting. All depends on this particular man, Kagiso Rabada, one of the best in the business. Lungi Ngidi always flies under he's like South Africa's Shardul Thakur. Takes 4 wickets but will concede 60 runs.
Yeah, that is a problem with Lungi.
Yeah, but this man, I think, watch out for this. This is a major opportunity for Gerald Coetzee. I mean, bowls with tremendous hostility. I mean, he can get balls to rise up awkwardly. Travis Head will testify to that. And this individual, along with Lungi Ngidi and Kagiso Rabada, will be the key. I see these 3 bowlers starting along with Marco Jansen. So, Keshav Maharaj and Tabre Shamsi, they will be the key, obviously, in ensuring that middle over spin. But remember, if Keshav Maharaj or Tabre Shamsi get knocked out, then I think South Africa's woes. Yep, because Sanju Samson almost destroyed Tabre Shamsi's bowling capabilities in 2022. I know, Sanju, very touchy debate, sorry.
Keshav and Tabre Shamsi both are very, their key spinners when it comes to South Africa. And if they don't perform well or they are getting knocked around the park, there's no one they can look to after them.
Exactly. So, the best 11, we'll end it with this by saying that, okay, Temba Bavuma, Quinton de Kock, Rassie van der Dussen, surprising, Markram, Klaassen, then you've got Miller, Jansen, then you've got Keshav Maharaj, Kagiso Rabada, Lungi Ngidi, Tabre Shamsi. So, 1, 2, 3 pacers, 2 spinners, and 1 part-timer in probably Aiden Markram.
And you bat till like 6.
No, 1, 2, 3. Keshav can bat, Kagiso can bat. You battle 9. Potentially you battle number 9.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key here. I mean, I think this is a very good level.
I think in Marco Jansen as well. For sure, I will say you can bat till 7 if this is the squad you're going for. After that, I'm not sure.
You're not sure. I think this squad is okay because you've covered the spin bases, you've also covered the pace, and also your batting is deep until 9. Even Rabada can be a mug. He's no mug with the bat anyway. So, and that's about it. That's the SWOT analysis. We'll be back with more SWOTs until 4th of October. Remember, 5th of October onwards, the World Cup begins. But for Indians, it begins on the 8th. India versus Australia, but for South Africa, 7th is the key date. South Africa versus Sri Lanka right here at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. So stay tuned to all the World Cup updates, Asian Games updates from Sportsday. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget to download the Sportsday mobile app. From me and Gargi here, it's bye-bye. We'll be back soon.